Hello and welcome back for another week of CS:GO. I know a couple weeks ago we faced off against Ole Miss live on stream. Tough second map for Ferris, but they had a good time the first time around. I'm Virgil. I'm here with,
Truck.
and we're gonna be casting the game for y'all tonight. A lot to look forward to tonight. We've got a debut from Moro, who I know is normally a sub on the team.
Is a sub.
Yep, but he's excited to be filling in tonight. And Ferris is looking good, playing against Talladega College down in Alabama.
Should be expecting a good matchup. I mean, Broseph was saying, team leader, he was saying that this should be an easy win. But that is a we'll see for sure.
It's a lot of confidence there. Good thing to see from Ferris, especially after a couple tough losses so far this season. So Ferris looking pretty good. I know they were loading into the maps a moment ago, figuring some things out with the admin about it.
Yeah, they have been practicing a lot in these last few weeks, so it'd be cool to see some cool strats that they run.
Yeah, I think I've seen them practicing a lot. I got to play with them a couple weeks ago and see how their synergy was. It was really flowing well. The way
Yep.
they play together is something for a team that was kind of thrown together as last minute as it was. It's nice to see a team with that much cohesion
Yeah,
that quickly,
it is definitely hard to get the ball rolling on a good team, get the chemistry there.
for sure. Looks like we are figuring out the IP to connect in, so shouldn't be too much longer here. So we do actually have a couple minutes while they figure some stuff out. So
So I was on the team last semester. That was there was definitely a lot of team building there, and then there's a few players that stuck around. I know Monkey was on the team last year. He had a busy semester this semester, so he couldn't make it. So Broseph kind of took the lead there as team leader. I know Dystopia is still on the team. I think Robert's new.
Roberts and Neon are both on the team as well right now.
Mm, I think they're both new.
Yeah, I was talking to Neon earlier. He was telling me this is his first semester at the college, so he's been really excited to be a part of the esports program. I think he was saying he had, you know, we're talking. He said he had 4,500 hours in the game.
Really?
So yeah, so he's feeling pretty confident headed into 4,100 hours on CS:GO. But he claims that they're mostly community server hours, so
Oh,
no, not to hold him to those.
yeah,
Um,
maybe surfing.
Maybe some surfing. We do enjoy surfing. Surfing is probably the only thing in CS that I ever never understood. Not a lot of play hours for me. A lot more of
Yeah,
spectating.
I think people tend to use that as kind of like a relaxing, maybe
Yeah,
put in like a movie in the background and enjoy.
enjoy some surfing in the background.
Yep.
I was interesting to see in the ESL on Twitch. They were playing between their like stream between their just loading screen would be it was a surf that somebody was doing.
Yep.
Which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, CF Surf is a big like static video people just put on and then maybe talk over it.
Hmm.
I know ESL's doing I think they're doing major qualifiers right now. They're running that.
Yeah, a lot of that going on. Some of my favorite teams are still in it for once,
Yep.
so
I
nice to be able
know
to hold on to something.
I know Brosif was watching those matches. He was talking about Mythic. That's kind of like a stream team. Has Cooper, Flom,
Hmm.
has all those guys on it. Truck, the new guy. It was really fun to watch those matches. See where that team goes because they kind of rebranded their whole roster.
Yeah, watching the ESL has been really cool lately. I'm personally a big fan of Mouse and Nip, Ninjas in Pajamas, so
Okay.
seeing them both still hold on for a little bit of matches here and there has been kind of nice because
Yeah.
Mouse is a pretty reliably okay team, but
Yep.
haven't had a crazy good season in a long time.
Yeah, they had their run, but now lately it's just kind of been meh. Cause they lost Rops, and
Hmm.
now they have who replaced them? I can't recall, but I know Rops went to Phase, or not? Yeah, Phase, and then um
A good chunk of their current roster is not really any big names, nothing that stands out a ton.
no nothing. I know G2's having a run right now, kind of taking over the scene with Monacy, Nico. They have Hooksy, and Cloud9 was my favorite team. Has been for since like 2017. It was really fun to watch Stewie 2K play on that team. Tarek, big names, and Skadoodle, one of my favorite players. They won the 2018 major. That one was probably like the most exciting major I've ever like watched. I think there was maybe like over 1 million people watching on Twitch
Wow.
alone. It was crazy hype. Cloud9 had like a crazy comeback against FaZe, the underdog team. Really exciting game. Probably won't see a major like that in a while. There is a major coming up soon, actually. I think like May and Paris. And then there's IAM Dallas. That's in June. Usually you see the same teams kind of compete there. Don't really in the major you see more like tier 2 teams, tier 3 teams come in and kind of show their presence, but
Yeah, absolutely. And I was talking with, I know I mentioned it a moment ago that Moro is it's his first time playing for the CS team here. Moro is also normally our six captain for Rainbow Six, but we don't actually have a team this semester.
really.
So bros have kind of drafted him over and said, hey, this is kind of the same. The mechanics might carry over. And I know Roberts was on his team as well last semester. So they've got some team synergy there. So although he's a sub, Ferris gets to still hold on to some of that chemistry that they might normally lose out on.
Yep.
In a with a substitute.
Yeah. They're usually I feel like Broseph and the team is pretty adaptable to newcomers. Kind of give them the lay of the land real quick. Maybe play a couple matches beforehand. Because I think Moro did hop in for one of the practice days and hopped around a little bit. So shouldn't be looking too rough, but obviously not 100% with their full roster. But
yeah, Moro should be fairly familiar with the game. He's done casting for CS:GO in the past as well. Prior to me being stuck with the job.
Yeah.
But we're more than happy to be here to cast. It's always a good time here for CSGO. Hopefully, we're setting up soon. I know they were having some technical difficulties a moment ago.
I see him maybe picking bands, it looks like. Maybe on the Faceit.
Yep. So they're handling pick bands there.
I think what was the first map? I think it was Inferno, was it? They were going for?
I think they're aiming to get Inferno because they're aware that this other team is not fantastic at it, as well as I think they have good confidence on Inferno, seeing as that was the map last time that they nearly took a map off Ole Miss. So only losing in those final couple rounds.
Yeah, Inferno, one of the OG CS maps, very popular. Most teams definitely try to learn it as best they can. Not really really a bannable map that they want to.
Gets a lot of play time, not really one you would want to waste a ban on, seeing as most people know it.
Yeah, most people probably waste their bans on maybe like the new map, Ancient or Anubis.
I think those are two that Ferris have been looking at banning, so not hoping to play on Ancient tonight.
Yep.
Ancient threw me for a loop the first time I got on it. It's a little. I've seen it played a little bit in pro, but it kind of gets.
I do enjoy the map. I've played it a little bit. Definitely, I'd say Vertigo, Ancient, and obviously maybe Mirage, just because how popular it is and how easily of a pug map that is.
Right.
Are definitely probably my top three. Ancient's kind of I feel like it brings something new to the eye because CS is kind of usually bland and like Mirage and Dust 2 and all these gray color or beige colors. So it's nice seeing a little green once in a while.
That's true. That was the one nice thing about seeing Ancient was that it was very colorful to load into for the first time, expecting, typical overpass. We've got a lot of grays, we've got a lot of tans, but looks like we are loading in here, and you are correct. We are going to be on Inferno for the first map.
Should definitely be a good match here because their Inferno, like you said, pretty solid. They I think that was when they were facing Old Mace, where they got a few rounds on them.
Yeah, I think it went 16-15, almost to an overtime.
Yeah.
But Ferris, unfortunately, couldn't quite hold on at the very end.
Yeah, and Inferno is one of those maps where it goes into overtime a lot.
Right.
Just depending on what side you're good on, and the enemy may be good on the other side too.
We could also possibly be seeing Overpass today. I know they were practicing it some after that rough match against Ole Miss.
Yes, their Overpass. The first time they played it was not looking sharp, but I know they're
some pull together here.
Yep.
I think we can look forward to a good game though. Ferris definitely looks strong on Inferno. So if there's a map that they're going to take for sure, Inferno is definitely a reliable one for them.
Inferno is definitely one of those maps where you can kind of control how the map goes with your nades. So as long as they're doing their homework on their nades, should be a pretty easy lock. Because you can definitely delay the round maybe up until like 30 seconds with just complete util or nade spamming util down middle or banana.
Absolutely. Sorry, we have multiple screens here in production. We're able to kind of see them as they load in. So we're just making sure everything looks all right. I know last time we had some issues with some inappropriate names being used. So we're just, before we throw that up on the screen again, we're making sure everything looks all right.
Yeah, I was watching the stream last time that was happening. Those those players probably definitely faced some consequences there
Yeah,
representing their school.
make sure when you're, we got to make sure when you're looking for Ferris, you got to put your best foot forward.
Yeah, it
Um,
wasn't. I noticed it wasn't even their names; it was their team, or
right.
not the yeah
Their
like
groups.
yep the groups that they were in. So
But it does look like we were loading in here. I know last time on Overpass we actually also saw Brozov open a crate mid game.
really,
I don't think he got anything very valuable, but it was pretty funny to see in the middle of it that Brozov had opened a crate.
yeah, I don't open crates often just because they tend to be very pricey and give nothing in return. But maybe 2 weeks ago, I opened about 10 crates and got a knife. So
Wow.
I don't condone gambling, but luck's there sometimes.
I think of the crates that I've opened, I've not gotten anything
Yep.
above like a uncommon, whatever the
Yep.
rarities
You
are.
generally just get a blue.
Yep.
Blue or yep. That's how it goes. Maybe a purple if you're lucky.
Got some duplicates, put them up on the market, made 3 cents back.
Yep.
Yep.
Nice thing about CS, it has the most expensive skins, but it also has the cheapest. You can get maybe like a full set of skins for yourself for around like $1.
Yeah, you can. It won't be great skins, but you can have something.
Yep.
And as we load in here, it looks like all the names are going to be acceptable, and we're going to start loading in here for the first round.
It's going to be a knife round. I think the way they do it on NACE is they tend to just, they already pre-designate which side they're going on. So,
You can see right here, Dystopia. Quite a nice knife. I know there was some discussion in the last couple weeks about various knives that had been bought.
that is a nice Talon.
It is a very nice Talon. I think Brozov also with a nice Huntsman there.
I did see that he had, I think, a tiger tooth, that was.
I think that's what he was saying, yeah. And it looks like Talladega College.
Looks like they're going to be starting on the T side. Or, yeah. Ferris is going to be starting on the T side, unless the enemies switch.
There's that knife as we get started. Moro FPS, the substitute for today. The rest of that, Ferris' normal roster.
Yep, got Dystopia, Space, Brosif, and Roberts.
And here we get rolling. It looks like Talladega College is going to go for a lot of USPS buys.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Space is Neon, I think, right?
Yes, Space will be Neon. Space
Yep.
Gym would be Neon, as the rest of them kind of match their typical roster names. A little bit of difference, as we all know in esports, between our IGNs and our actual usernames. But